Now, here you can see it's written. What are your grooming standards? Do you have any grooming standard? क्या Assalamu alaikum and hello to everybody. Welcome to International Teacher Leadership Summit 2021, Leading in Crisis, Reimagining the Future. How exciting is this idea? I hope everybody is doing good. I'm so happy to be connected to you all through technology because we are in different time zones. Some of you might be knowing me on a personal level or virtually through social forums on social media. But let me introduce myself officially over here. I'm Shamsah Dhanani. For the last 17 years, I'm a teacher educator and an IB online facilitator for the global IB teachers by trade. By passion, I'm a food blogger on Instagram and I'm a YouTuber and known as Burpees by Shamsah Dhanani on YouTube. But why am I discussing that over here? Because that complements my role as a teacher leader at my current school in one of the Edmonton public schools here in Alberta, Canada, where I also conduct an extracurricular health club after school timings for my students and my colleagues, apart from my teaching and learning in my own classroom. And that is going to be part of my presentation also today because the title itself says your appearance matters. And appearance is not how only we look like, we sound like, or we feel like. It is beyond that. So I have been given only 30 minutes to talk about it. So let's get started. You can see me on the first slide, which says your physical appearance. Now, physical appearance is not only what we wear or how we dress up or how we groom ourselves physically. It comes from the self-respect that you hold for yourself. And when would that self-respect come? When you have self-confidence. And how to develop that self-confidence? We'll go on the next slide to learn how some elements are needed and how we have to be mindful of how we carry ourselves at our workplaces and in other social events and other social gatherings in our personal lives. So let's go to the next slide. Now here you can see it's written. What are your grooming standards? Do you have any grooming standard? क्या आप अपने आप को ओवर एस्टिमेट करते हैं या अंडर एस्टिमेट करते हैं और यू आर टोटली satisfied with what you uh, do for yourself, how you carry yourself out, आपकी ड्रेसिंग, आपका चलना फिरना, आपका बातचीत करना, क्या आप satisfied हैं? क्या आपके कोई standards हैं अपने लिए? कोई measures हैं अपने लिए? How you see yourself. मगर this is not enough. Apart from how you see yourself, what is more important? How others see you. Maybe I'm happy with myself, but others might not be comfortable. How I carry myself. Maybe I'm not happy with myself, but others see me a very confident and full of attitude person, right? But apart from these two factors, there's one more thing. What you truly are. Am I pretending to be the one who I'm not in actual? Am I under peer pressure? Am I following some other people unnecessarily by losing my own identity? So we have to keep these factors in our mind. Then only we will actually become a holistic personality for our students, for our colleagues, for our bosses, and for our families. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so when we talk about the appearance, your clothes are not the only thing that matter. There are four different elements which I'm going to talk about in separate slides, but I'm giving an overview over here. Your grooming includes four different elements. Number one, what you choose to wear. Of course, this is the first impression that you set on your audience, be it your students, be it their parents, be it your bosses, be it your colleagues, and be it any other person you interact with. Second thing, your attitude. Now, your attitude here doesn't mean that you just go with head on your shoulder. No, no. Your attitude means the way you walk, you interact with people, your self-confidence, your courage, everything goes in that, right? The third thing is your body language. How you walk, how you talk, how you move, how you sit, how you stand, how your body parts move, complementing what you say, including your gestures, your facial expressions. And the last and the very important thing, your personal hygiene. That is actually what impacts everybody around you. So in next slides, we will talk about each and every element in detail. Okay, so it says clothes talk. Do clothes talk? आपके लिबास कैसे बातें करेंगे लोगों से? आपके लिबास बात करते हैं. जो आप पहनते हैं, जो आप चूज करते हैं अपने लिए, that leaves an impression. Now, for first thing, you have to keep in mind which part of the world you're working in, right? So, okay, so it says clothes talk. Do clothes talk? आपके लिबास कैसे बातें करेंगे लोगों से? आपके लिबास बात करते हैं. जो आप पहनते हैं, जो आप चूज करते हैं अपने लिए, that leaves an impression. Now, for first thing, you have to keep in mind which part of the world you're working in, right? So you have to see the geographical area where you're working. By geographical area, I mean whatever you are choosing to wear, is it suiting to the climate and the weather condition over there, right? आप मुझे देख लें, इस वक्त मैं अपने ब्लेजर में हूँ, right? Why blazer? Because it's almost August और हमारे यहाँ पर सितंबर से फॉल शुरू हो जाता है और अगस्त से हमारे समर बस नाम को रह जाते हैं. तो ऑफ कोर्स थोड़ी सी ठंड हो जाती है तो वी हैव टू बी ड्रेसिंग अप लाइक दिस, राइट? ओके, अब हम बात करेंगे पाकिस्तान की. पाकिस्तान में मोस्ट ऑफ द ईयर except for a couple of months from late November to I would say end of January, थोड़ी सी ठंड होती है. बाकी it's hot and humid throughout the year. So now what will I choose to wear to my workplace in that weather condition? For females, I would say choose pastel colors like light sky blue, baby pink, light sea green, or lemon color. That would complement the weather condition and the people around you would also feel comfortable. Of course, when it's spring and a good weather, like picnic type of weather, rainy season, you can go for oranges and yellows and reds. But ज़्यादातर humid and hot days में you choose light colors. Now, light color, I don't mean dull colors. It should be floral, it should be patterned, it should be nicely designed, और मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि आप जाके बुटीक से कपड़े ले लें, नहीं, आप सिंपल लॉन के और कॉटन फैब्रिक्स, आप ऐसे फैब्रिक चूज करें जिसमें यू फील कंफर्टेबल मूविंग अराउंड, राइट? And we always say you dress the way you want to be addressed. So it should not cling to your bodies, because we are working with male colleagues. We are teaching male students. We are working with male bosses. So you have to be very comfortable with yourself while wearing something, right? And it also depends on the working environment of your organization. It also depends on the policies of your organization. Like if some institutions have fixed policies for modest dressing. For example, if you're working in an Islamic institution and they ask you to cover yourself up, so you cannot go against that, right? So you have to suit to their condition. And for men, for male teachers and male um, employees, I would say is always choose dark color trousers, and then you can contrast with your shirts. If your institution is not allowing casual dressing, so please do not wear jeans and do not wear t-shirts. Like here in Canada, uh, Fridays is are considered to be very casual dressing day. So every teacher comes in uh, t-shirt and jeans and jean jacket or anything, because Friday is the weekend mood, so we all come. But if your school doesn't allow, please avoid that. And do wear uh, nicely pressed shirts. I'm not forcing you to wear ties every day, because I know the weather condition, you will feel suffocated in that heat. And I know as compared to other parts of the world, in Pakistan, most of the schools and other institutions, they cannot afford to have air-conditioned classrooms. So obviously, you need a good breathing space. So I'm not forcing you to wear ties, but in some events, like if there is an event at school or some meetings, if you choose to wear a tie, that will also leave your students with a smile. You know, students idolize us a lot. They do compare their parents with us, and they compare us with their parents. Like, and especially in the elementary school, when children just take you as everything. My kids, when they come into the classroom, they just come and hug me. So I have to make sure that um, when they see me, I have to be very welcoming through my dressing, right? So this is all about dressing. Now with dressing goes accessories. So for females, if you are into jewelry, so make sure you wear, if you want to wear some studs, those should be small studs in your ears. Avoid hangings, because that would hurdle, that would deviate them from their focus. If you want to wear chains, it should have a tiny locket or just simple chain. Do not wear big necklaces or anything, because then they will focus on that jewelry rather than you when you talk to them. And if you are wearing nail colors, it should not be very loud. And if you're not wearing nail colors, your nails should be nicely trimmed and neat and clean. And same goes for male teachers. Your nails should be clean, because when we keep hand on their um, writing books or their journals or anything, they monitor everything. Your shoes should be polished. Obviously, when we are commuting from home, it might take hour, it might take 40 minutes or 45 minutes, and there's dust and pollution in Pakistan especially, so shoes get dirty. So make sure when you enter the school building, your shoes are shining. This is also what your students observe, and sometimes they remember you through your dressing. ओके, तो ये चीज़ों का ख्याल रखें आप कि, और ऑब्वियसली वहां पे इतना ह्यूमिड वेदर है, तो आपकी स्वेट लाइंस आपके कॉलर पे नहीं होनी चाहिए, अंडर आर्म्स में स्वेट, so this doesn't leave a good impact on them. So if you are taking care of all these things, your students would also start following you, and this will inspire them. right? And this will bring a positive environment around you, positive vibes. So ये बात हो गई कपड़ों की। एंड कपड़ों से ये मकसद बिल्कुल नहीं है कि आप जाके शॉपिंग शुरू कर दें। आपके पास जो है आप रिपीट करते हैं, आप कपड़े रिपीट करें, मगर वो डेज फिक्स कर लें कि अगर मैंने आज ये पहना है तो मैं वो 4 दिन बाद वो पहन लूंगी। एक ही ट्राउजर पे मेल्स दूसरे शर्ट्स पहन सकते हैं। फीमेल्स का ये है कि अगर आपने आज पहना है, अगर आपके पास 5 दिन स्कूल होता है, 5 दिन के कपड़े हैं, तो बस इस तरह से सेट करें कि वो आप रिपीट करें। आई ऑल्सो रिपीट अ लॉट, देन आई मेक अ पैटर्न कि अगर इफ आई wore this on Monday, I should not wear this on Tuesday or Wednesday. Then I keep a gap, right? So in your clothes do matter a lot. And it's not only in the classroom, but outside the classroom when you meet with parents, when you go in the meeting. So everybody is observing, even when you go for interviews, when you go for demos. So they see everything, not only you, but everything that comes with you. Okay, so clothes should be taken care of. Next, your attitude, how you carry yourself at school, how you carry yourself at your workplace. Your attitude is actually a full package of these things. What package? Strong communication. You should be a good communicator. You should be able to talk loudly and clearly. By loudly, I don't mean you start shouting. By loudly, I mean you should be able to convey your message across, and people should hear you in the meetings, in the classroom, or anywhere, right? Listening well. We say that God has given us 2 ears and one tongue, so we should listen more and speak less. So always be a listening ear. In classrooms, students love to express their stories. They love to create stories and they love to share their stories. Especially here, यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि both the parents are working, and during weekdays, children hardly get to see their parents because by the time parents come home, children are already in bed. So what they do, they have so much to share, they share with us, and we allow them to say and speak. And then if we are not listening to them, it will be all bottled up. So same goes everywhere. So listen to your students, and when you are listening, take care of your gestures. There should be a smile on your face. You make an eye contact with them. Because if you are looking here and there and you're not listening, the speaker is going to get the message that you are not interested in their life. So this is not going to make you connect with them. So always maintain eye contact when you are in the staff room is a place where teachers socially interact. And हमारी लाइफ में क्या कुछ नहीं होता. Talk about weather. Talk about COVID. COVID तो आजकल हाइप हुआ है, ठीक है? ये बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक है. Talk about new trends in fashion. Talk about some healthy recipes. So there are so many things. Talk about TV dramas. There are so many things. And when you are talking and listening to somebody, just keep your phone away. Most of the time we are always with phone, and if I am with my phone and I'm nodding my head, the person would eventually get this message that I'm just doing my formality. So this should not be the right thing for your right kind of attitude. So always give yourself fully to the person you're talking to. Collaborate well. So if you have good ideas, some popping ideas in your mind, some bright ideas that you might have some good strategies to do a lesson or some good ideas to run an event in the school. So share with others. The more you share, the more you learn. So collaborate well and in the best interest of the school. And this will give a message to your bosses that yes, you take a lot of interest in school, you work in the best interest, and this is how they will highlight you and give you more opportunities. Be adaptable. If schools have some policies, don't say that I don't follow this or I don't believe in this. You're working in that team, right? So you have to be adaptable, you have to be adjustable. Engaging, always engage your students, always engage your colleagues, always engage your friends at work, like in creative talk. Be creative, be patient. Sometimes they say, oh, I'm not able to convey my message across. Be patient. Never mind. Time will come. Be a problem solver. If there is anything, just give your suggestions, give your ideas that might be noted by your immediate bosses, and that will help you grow, right? So these are the things that we need to carry with what we wear. So your dressing is not the only thing that matters. This is also part of your appearance. Your appearance matters. So now let's go to the next. Okay, now comes your body language. I just talked a bit about the body language that when I'm talking to somebody, my eye contact should be made. There should be a smile on my face. If somebody's saying anything in the meeting, in the staff meeting, or a parent is talking to me, or a kid is asking me, or kid is sharing a story, or my bosses are talking to me, I should nod my head. This will tell them that you are acknowledging their ideas. You are appreciating their ideas. So this is one thing. If my eyebrows go like this, even if there's nothing in my heart and mind, but this will give them message that, oh, I'm not happy with them. So make sure your face is very smooth. It's not toned down. Okay. And your gesture, this is gesture, right? Now your eye contact, I've already touched that. Now your touch. Some people unconsciously, they have a habit of touching others when they talk. And some people would accept that, but some people mind that. They don't like. They want to be in their bubble. They don't want to be touched unnecessarily. I always tell my kids in the classroom that if I touch you, I will just touch you out of affection. I'll try to pat your back on your great work. Otherwise, touching for me is an abuse. And this is what I tell them. I said, some children also don't like when you touch each other. So avoid that. So touching other people and then touching other parts of your body. While talking, we don't realize we touch so many other parts of the body and people might not be comfortable. Like if, for example, I have some skin rashes or skin allergies or eczema, I'm just doing this in front of them and I'm rubbing and I'm itching, or I'm doing this, I'm doing this, or I'm doing this. People might not be comfortable. So I move my hands a lot. This is how I talk. You might have noticed. But when I'm talking to somebody one on one, I try to control myself like this. I sit like this, I keep my hand like this, or I keep my hand like this, and I'm looking into the eyes so that that person gets to know that, yes, I'm listening. I nod my head. And at the same time, I'm controlling my hands. I'm not touching unnecessarily any other part of the body that might cause discomfort to them, right? And your space. Keep a space. Now, COVID has given us this opportunity to have 2 meters space in between each other, but it should be actual. It should be in normal days also. Some people don't like when we go closer because, we might have bad breath, we might burp, all of a sudden we might sneeze, we might cough all of a sudden. We never know. It's beyond control, right? So we need to have that space to give to ourselves and to the person we are talking to. And this will also cause a level of comfortability to that person, and that person would not hesitate talking to you. So and it's a line of respect also that you are not hovering somebody on their head. So always keep some space in between you two. 2 meters is okay, right? And your voice. Now, no matter you are excited, show that excitement in your voice, but your pitch should not go high. No matter you are upset or angry on any idea which you want to express in a meeting or in the classroom or somewhere else, but your voice should be firm, be assertive, but it should not go beyond the required pitch. That will, the voice should not go outside the boundary of the classroom or any room where you are in. So, voice should be clear, loud, yet control. So this is all about body language. And then we're going to talk about our personal hygiene. Now, thanks to pandemic that many of us were not very conscious about our health, about our hygiene, though we are taking care of hygiene, but not in a very conscious manner the way now we have become. Um, uh, all of a sudden, see, these things are beyond control that um, I get choked and I start coughing. So obviously now we know that when we have to cough, we have to cover our mouth. We know when we have to sneeze, we have to do this, right? Now everybody knows, right? And regarding burping, now I told you that I have a channel, namely burpees, and Instagram blog is also burpees. So burpees means I took in that way the burp is like burpees is the exercise of the whole body through health conscious recipes. Now, I'm very conscious what I eat at school during my lunch and my recess snacks, and what's going to give me comfort when I talk to them, talk to anybody, be it my students or colleagues. Um, if you get a chance, do visit my channel, where I have shared a vlog what I do the whole day, how I start my day for the school, and how I end, and what I eat during the day. So, what I do, let me go on that. What I do, I start my day with healthy exercises. I do treadmill for 30 minutes because here, half of the year, we are under snow. So we cannot go out for a walk. So we have to invest in some equipments. But you people are lucky that any time of the year you can go out for walk. Obviously, in summer, I do go for walks. So early morning after my prayers, I start my day with exercises, and that gives me positivity, some positive um, vibes that, oh, my day would go better today. And then while doing this, I do aerobics also. I do face yoga, and face yoga brings a glow on my face, and that glow transfers to my students when I see them. I have a broad smile on my face when I welcome them in the morning, and then this transfer and the whole day is made like this. If I'm with a frown face and I woke up from the wrong side of the bed, of course it's going to impact them, right? So you have to be very like, and it gives fitness to me. It keeps me active, and then you can see on my vlog what I eat during the day. I always choose to eat the things that do not allow me to burp unnecessarily. So those things that I can digest easily. Sometimes we eat something greasy, oily, and that keeps our stomach upset, and that it's not digested properly, and that causes burps and then other problems, right? Gastric issues. So we have to be very mindful of that. And one more thing, when you are in the staff room and you are eating with your colleagues over there, make sure sometimes we do not take care of this thing that when we are talking while chewing. And while chewing, if we are talking, we might spit on somebody. And the smell also goes, so people would mind. So always make sure if somebody's talking to you and you are eating at the same time and you want to reply at that moment, so do one thing. Either you tell them, let me chew, just do this, chew it and then talk. And if it is urgent, just cover your mouth and then talk. This will give them the message that you are chewing right now. So that's why you have put your hand like this. So that's called one of the um, mannered etiquette that we should be taking care of, the food etiquette, right? So I've talked about burping, I've talked about sneezing, I've talked about coughing, and your oral hygiene. So we all know that brushing our teeth regularly twice a day is a must because we are talking to so many people at our workplaces. Masks were there, so we were safe. But if masks will go, we have to be very careful that your brushing should be done, and your floss should be done, because if something is stuck and you're smiling, so that will also cause discomfort to people who are talking to you. And um, and bed breath. Now, for male teachers, I would say that if you are into smoking, so you should have a mouth freshener, or you should have a chewing gum before you start your class, and throw that chewing gum away. You cannot chew in front of students or in the meeting. So, and even for females, you should have a mouth freshener. Sometimes we eat something, the spices would make others uh, uh, uncomfortable if they smell something which we have eaten. So make sure you have mouth fresheners with you, and brushing should be done nicely. Some people have gum problems, so this also causes bad breath. So we have to be very careful, right? And then body odor. Now, in hot and humid weather, we all sweat, and it's beyond anybody's control. Some bodies sweat a lot, some bodies less. But yes, we sweat. And when sweat comes, so there is a natural odor that comes from our bodies. So we need to have a deodorant. Here we are not allowed to wear perfume because some children are asthmatic and sensitive to smell. So we are not allowed to do body spray or um, and perfumes, but we do wear deodorant, because in summer days when we go out in our when we go in our gym lessons, and when we go out in our recess supervisions, it's so hot, so we need to have that. And then kids always come and hug, and even I tell my kids also in grade 4 when I teach them puberty lesson, so they have to be taking care of this hygiene, and they should carry deodorant with them when they grow. And then, if due to dryness we have dandruff, so we have, obviously, so then we are eating all the time, and then it's quite obvious on the hair. So that also causes discomfort to so many people. So, but now we have so easy solutions for that: anti-dandruff shampoos, and make sure you take shower in the morning, and you know that your hair is dry. So you can put some bit of oil or something inside so that it stays there. And it's so easy now. We can do our um, like warm wraps to give steam to our head, and it's easy. Like, we have all the solutions how to keep our dry hair moist, right? And in hot weather, we can tie a small bun, or we can tie nicely. And for males, also, you stagger hair when you commute through public transport, or you are on your bike. So hair should be nicely set. And when you enter the school building, this also leaves a good impression. And so these are the things we need to take care of. Um, and This is what I wanted to tell you, that uh, appearance in your school building, when you go for interviews, when you go for demos, when you go for your classroom, when you go for your meetings, when you go in your boss's offices. So, what you say to them is not the only thing they actually notice. How you come, how you carry yourself, what you are bringing with your whole personality, that's what they are looking at. And that adds to their the creditability of their institution. And they would love to have that environment. And this gives a positive message to your students also. So these are the things we need to take care of. I hope I am able to convey what I wanted to convey. And if you have questions, kindly leave with the organizers. I will come back to you as soon as I get your questions. And I would love to elaborate further. But the time limit that was given to me, I guess I have gone beyond that. And so I'm leaving it over here, and I hope in future I'll get more chances to talk to you on different academic topics, which are so here, and I want to just share with others. So Take care of yourself. I know the situation in Pakistan currently is not favorable. Uh, my prayers are with you. Stay safe and sound and take care of these elements, which will help you to stay healthy.
Thank you so
And
much,